Hello and welcome to the Elevation Styles podcast. We're on episode 7. I'm with the CEO. I don't know. I don't. We still haven't landed on an actual title for him
Yeah,
yet.
tell you.
But I'm with Brendan here.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Phil, how are you keeping, bro? It's good to be doing the episodes, man. Some of you guys are really enjoying it. I was getting a couple of feedback of some of the lads, what some of the topics that they want on it. So it's really, really good to see people enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, look, we enjoy doing it as well. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got to episode 7.
Of course, of course.
I mean, it's been a good while
Yeah.
since we've done episode 1. But today's episode is going to be, let's vibe, drink coffee, and talk about men's grooming and how to improve your image as a guy.
Yeah.
So I suppose firstly we have to say what grooming habits every guy should be doing every day. So take it away.
Yeah. So of course, I know elevation styles, we do talk about fashion, but there's no point in being a good dressed man and then you are not looking your best as well in terms of your grooming. And let's say basically you're dressed well, but there's body odor on you. But so you want to be the finished product, you want to be elevated to that new level. So the first thing which I've pointed out is guys should be going to the barbers regularly. So I can see, Philo, you actually got your hair done. I got my hair done. So always try to get into the habit of going to your barber. Try to build a relationship with your barbers, because sometimes, funny enough, you might go in and say, oh, let's say I want a 4 at the top and then a fade, but he might give you a 2 on the side, but he actually knows your face best because that's his profession. He's a barber. So while some guys may set up a monthly appointments, I recommend maybe try to go to the barbers every 2 weeks. Secondly, I would say just try and know which hair products work for you. So for me, I have curly hair, and some of you guys might have straight hair. So you just have to know what products to use, because especially with your hair, your hair should be not too greasy, not too oily. I used to have a problem with that, having very, very greasy hair. So you try to find products that work and something that has a bit of perfume in the product, that can leave your hair smelling nice. And do your research, guys, in terms of getting your hair done, etc. Now, the third one here is you need to find a signature scent. So, this is where now all the perfumes come in, some lads are mad for the perfumes, and then some lads are just mad for the clothes, but I'll be more now for the clothes. I do have a scent, but it wouldn't be as strong. But I know guys who are mad into the Tom Ford perfumes, the Paco Rabannes, the Gucci. So just find a scent that suits you. I would recommend if you have a summer scent and a winter scent, because sometimes I find the winter scents can be quite light, the winter scents should be a bit heavier, and then the summer scents should be quite light. So again, you need to know, do a bit of research, go into the perfume shop, try a few samples, and then find your scent. The fifth one now is going to be having a skincare routine. So on Elevation Stars, some of you guys know I did the skincare routine video on the skincare blog. Guys, I recommend at least have a moisturizer, a facial cleanser, and a serum. Now, the moisturizer will help, moisturize the skin, make it look healthy, keep it looking young. The serum, that's things that will get rid of the bacteria, your silver and stuff like that. And then, of course, if you have your facial cleanser, that just washes away all the bacteria and all the gunk. So try to develop a skincare routine. If you're struggling with that, hit me up with a DM. And of course, go to Elevation Stars. I did a video on my skincare routine. Next is to get a toothbrush. Teeth are so important. I'm actually going to do a video on YouTube on how to look after your teeth and how regularly you should be going to the dentist. I go every 6 months, but even getting teeth whitened and things like that, things you should be doing to look after your teeth, because they say that a guy who has nice white teeth is usually a guy who's representable and he looks after himself. So guys, mess around with your toothbrushes. Make sure you have a decent mouth or oral care routine as well. And then now the last one I would say is your hands, so the nails. So make sure your nails are clean. These are things that women, especially, trust me, women pick up on all these things. That's why I'm telling you, especially for grooming. I know you guys are all fashion and stuff, but if you are on dates and stuff, women pick up on your nails.
I know, just for example, my mother.
Yeah.
Every time I go home,
Yeah.
I actually turn around and say, even my nails are a little bit long, she turns around and
Yeah.
say, oh, cut your nails.
Cut your nails.
And you're just like, all right.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'd be like, how do you even see that?
Yeah, how did like
Yeah.
I never used to know all these, but like things like getting your nails and things even like getting like
Or I remember
your teeth and stuff.
I remember going on a date with a girl. I mean, years ago. I was in my early 20s when maybe I wasn't on top of my fashion game.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember my nails they were a little bit long. I don't leave my nails too long.
Yeah,
Like,
too
but,
long. Yeah.
I remember going on a date with her and then future dates, and we were kind of seeing each other. And I remember saying to her, or she said something about nails or something. I was like, oh, sure. Our first date, I was weird. I had long nails. She goes, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cheers.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, like you know,
dead right that they girls pick up.
yeah,
on
yeah,
nails,
yeah. Oh no, they pick up on things like that. And like for me, like I usually bite my nails, but now I've actually like stopped doing it because like that's like that's quite a bad habit. Like, but sure, look, you do whatever you do. But yeah. So those are some of the things that you should be looking into, guys. Like if you're starting off in grooming, and of course, like just showering daily, having a decent scent. Just make sure, guys, if you're dressed well, you're smelling nice, you look clean, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think my scent, I suppose, and I don't think it's cheap, but dupe. I use dupe.
Dupe, yeah, I know dupe. Yeah.
I have loads of the purple one,
okay,
which is something that I use. But I got, or actually, I think my sister bought me the green one, years ago, and I love that scent. I still have the bottle, and I still have a little bit in it. Can't find it anywhere. The green one for whatever reason. Just can't find it.
Some nice scents now would be like David Beckham.
Had that as well.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
I know the Tom Ford now, that's a bit pricey, but that's a nice fragrance as well. Everyone raves on about that. And then you have things like your Dolce Gabbana, your Paco Rabanne as well. Like so yeah, you just have to. I recommend going into the perfume shop. I actually did that, and it's actually an experience. Like you'll be just smelling like different scents and all. And it's very, very nice. Like this is like if you're looking to really up now your game, like become
definitely. I mean, I do enjoy perfume on aftershave. But and then regards to haircut and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I suppose I used to let it grow out and stuff. But I mean, that was a kind of fashion choice where I used to grow and tie it up and stuff. But now, I would go every 2-3 weeks. I mean, I wouldn't. 2 weeks, my hair doesn't grow as quick. So I mean, I suppose it would depend maybe if your hair grew as quick. There's no point in going around and getting like a little tiny little cut off. So
and as well, like you need to build a good relationship with your barbers. Like for me, like I'm blessed to actually have a mate like Jamie. Like I I do training with him, and then he also cuts hair. Like I recommend guys check him out. Like he's really growing. Like. And like we have such a good relationship, and like he knows, like he'll be like, oh no man, I think maybe you should take this down. Why don't you try maybe getting like your beard shaped up and things like that to bring out the jawline. Like so it's just having that relationship with your barbers. And trust me, like it's like the same with your tailors. Like these guys, they know you best because they see you on a regular basis. So that's what I'm looking for, guys, to be building relationships with people and improving their image at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it always helps to get help.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
in regards your looks and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, we are we see ourselves differently than other people see us. Yeah. So it's always good to get a different perspective and a different kind of view of it. Because while you might think you look like David Beckham in the mirror,
no,
no, exactly, no, just no.
Could be close enough, like
True, yeah, some people are right, but usually no. So I suppose that's grooming. Haircuts and stuff. We've kind of looked at that. I mean, I have to ask: are beards in? Are beards out? I mean, it's a topic that people, some girls love a beard. Some girls like a clean shave. Some lads look great with a beard. Some of them look like children with clean shave.
I think just like you mentioned, like this is where like the experimenting. Like if you're younger. Like you'd have to experiment, but if you can grow a beard, I would say grow a beard, but just try get it groomed. Like you try get it shaped up, make sure it's looking nice and neat. With all these things, like I want you, like it doesn't matter if you can grow a beard, if you can't grow a beard, but just look representable, look well put together. Like for example, like I'm privileged, like I can grow a beard, but like, you know, I have to make sure that it's nice and shaped, because I used to get like spots on my beard. So, you know, I have to use beard oil and things like that. Recommend beard oil for guys who have nice big beards. But if you can't grow a beard, make sure it's nice, clean shaved, like, you know, your haircut's looking decent. But speaking of haircuts, I actually wanted to get into haircuts, and some of like, I got a question on Instagram of one of the guys who was like, oh man, what haircut should I go for, like in terms of face shapes? So I said I would speak about this in this grooming episode. So for guys who have long faces, so I want you to look at your face. This is the perfect example to see, like, you know, what face shape you are. So take a picture of your face, and then if you have an iPhone, I have an iPhone, then if you go on the draw section, and then if you draw your face, it will show you basically what face shape you have. If you're square, if you're oval, if you're a love heart, whatever. So we'll start off with long faces. So for guys who have a longer face, I would recommend for try going for something that's doesn't appear too long on the top, because this will actually elongate your face. So they say like the most optimum face shape, let me just get my things there. The most optimum face shape will be the square, or would be something like a diamond. So a diamond face shape. They're like the base face shape. So we don't want our face with the long faces to be looking too long than it is. So for my guys who are face shape, don't keep it. Make sure that it's not too long at the top. And as well, try taking advice from your barber. The barber again knows you best. For the guys of oval shapes, make sure that your haircuts are symmetrical and well proportioned. So what this does, guys, is just makes your hair, your face look more edged up. It makes it look more nicer, because when you go for a haircut that's not suiting your face, it doesn't look great. Like it really doesn't look great. So, and then for the guys who have a long face, why don't you try something like I'm trying to see here, like, because I'm trying to picture it in my head. Try going for a little bit of a beard, because the beard with the long face, it'll give your face not too much of an edge, but just slightly makes you look a bit square. And as well, you want to be going for like pompadours. And pompadours is like on the side, like, you know, a little side haircut. And the next thing we have the square. The square faces now, this is the more desired one. You can go for buzz cuts, keep your hair a bit low with this one. I wouldn't really go for a beard, because you want to show off the edges, like, you know. And then next we have the hard face shape. This one here is probably the one that's not most desired.
When you said I love hard, I'm trying to describe somebody.
So for this one, you want to avoid cuts which are very tight. So the square shape face, like it took me a bit of research, but like, you know, hopefully you guys can understand. So the hard face, they want to avoid something that's too tight, but the square faces, they want to go for something that's tight. So this is where, like, you know, knowing your face shape. And the next thing we have the triangle face. So due to its narrow forehead, triangle shape requires the opposite treatment of a heart shape. Okay. So this one here, you want a little bit of volume, like, you know, volume on the top of the head. And then that's basically all the face shapes. But I have this on elevationstyles.com, like, you know, the face shapes and how to be getting haircuts. So make sure, guys, to be staying up to date. The website is actually getting revamped, so look forward for that. And as well, that'll be touched on indeed on elevationstyles.com.
Perfect. And of course, we can find you on Twitter, Instagram, all them Elevation. Just type in Elevation Styles in any social media platform, and you'll find Brendan there. So lastly, I suppose, what can help you keep your clothes well groomed and looking well?
So for your clothes, that's actually a good question. Now for your clothes, you always want to be looking at the tags of your clothes. So for example, t-shirts, 30-degree wash, 40-degree wash. Jeans, are they meant to be washed? If you're watching most jeans, like I think black jeans, are cold wash. Your suits, are you going to the dry cleaners? The way you hang up your clothes after you finish washing them, I'm after investing in wooden hangers. Don't get like the cheap hangers. I know, yes, it sounds crazy, but they actually wreck your clothes. As well, what other things can you be doing? Like some of the clothes you have, can they be ironed, or can they be brought to the dry cleaners? You can't obviously iron a suit, so you have to bring it to the dry cleaners. Why don't you get a lint roller? You know, if you have pets, I have a cat. Cats usually leave like furs on. You get a lint roller that just works on pets, and if your clothes are fluffs and stuff like that. Sometimes steaming your clothes instead of ironing as well, because I know iron can damage the material. Try steaming. So they're just like a little small examples of how to look after your clothes, and maybe getting like washing powder that works for your clothes. Maybe if you know, for example, we use Fairy. Fairy is very, very good. I find some people might like Persil, some people might like Daz. So you need to experiment and find something that works for you, but make sure that your clothes are well looked after. And that's basically
I use Comfort.
Yeah, Comfort. Yeah, Comfort is very, very good as well. It smells lovely.
The new kind of comfortable. It's called the little blossom thing. It smells really good. Especially on the bedclothes.
Yeah, the bedclothes.
I know it's a little bit different, but
the Tesco lavender one, my mom uses it now. It's like, because I know some of the Comforts can be dear enough, but the Tesco lavender one smells lovely.
I'd only buy the Comfort if they're on sale at like €4 because they are something like €8. They're really nice. So I suppose that's it really on the grooming side of things. I think we covered everything. As I said, you can find Brendan on Instagram, Tumblr, YouTube. Your channel is up and running now. Of course, this podcast on Spotify, Facebook, everywhere.
And the podcasts now are up on YouTube, so we just have to catch up on YouTube with the podcast. But you'll be listening to us all the time.
Yeah, so just Google Elevation Styles or type it in any social media platform that you prefer, and you will find Brendan. You'll only find me on the podcast, thankfully. But you will find Brendan with all his tips and tricks on grooming, on dressing, on everything.
Yeah, I know, but don't worry, because there is a whole team behind, like, that's actually helping me with all this. So it is really good to be helping you guys out.
Of course. So that's the end of episode 7. We will be back with episode 8, and hopefully you'll be joining us too. Thanks, Brendan, as always.
See you soon, guys.
See you soon.